Hello everyone, welcome to this week's plan with me. I feel a little unprepared. I am doing a voiceover. I was just kind of like, I don't know, in the mood to film, but not in the mood to like talk through. And I also think like my house was loud and I just needed to get this done. But I actually already have the next week film, and I did do a talk through, not of the base, but I did a talk through of the plans themselves. So this week I did use Under the Weather, which is a newer exclusive art, and I am obsessed with the way this kit turned out. It is so much prettier than I could have even imagined. I did use the Hollow and Lavender Hollow Shimmer Sparkle foil bundle, and I just think it turned out so dang beautiful. I love everything about it. So the kit itself, even the extras, are still in shop, and this foil bundle is still available as well. If I remember, I will link them down below along with everyone I use stickers from. So for the base, I just did my normal situation. I tried to use a lot of boxes, so I ended up doing extra boxes on the sidebar in the form of a double box under the, actually I didn't even put a foil on the box on the top. Also, if you're doing dishes, things need to get done around here, and I can't hog the airtime of making no noise. But yeah, I just am obsessed with this. I love the foil. I was going to use silver, but I had just used silver the week before, and I was just going to use plain hollow, but for some reason the lavender hollow mix was really speaking to me. Despite the fact that there's really not any purple in this kit, I feel like it still matches because it's a tonal match for me, and I just think it turned out so cute. I'm just going to start talking about the week because I don't have anything else to talk about here. But first things first, on the sidebar, I did put a WTF is going on. Hannah made me these after she knew that I had a terrible couple of weeks. This was kind of like the second week of just being rough and tough. Next week's a whole different thing. Like I said, I just filmed that plan with me, and basically everyone was sick this week, and then last week everything just went wrong, and then the next week Theo had like a really bad rash situation. He had serum-like sickness from amoxicillin, so that was like a whole different thing. I feel like when I was explaining it, I was just like very hazy because I just feel like I almost like feel like it was so traumatic for me, like because I'm a little dramatic, because I don't know, it's literally just me, this is me, and it's just like a lot. So I think I like blocked some of it out because I feel like I told the story well a couple of weeks ago whenever it like had just happened. So I was talking about it in the plane with me, and then like when it came up in the actual plane with me, which was a month later, I'm just like, I don't even know, nor do I even want to talk about it anymore. But here we are. I gave like the highlights. But this week everyone was just sick because they started like the summer program and daycare. So the boys' first day was on Monday, and I was even sick this week. This is whenever I had that like sore throat, but I also think personally for me, I think mine was allergies, so there's that. I did go to work on Monday. We were all feeling like pretty decent until like Thursday. That's whenever everyone started to get a little sniffly, coughy, ear infections, all the things. So I went to work, and then I had a lunch with Amanda, and we went to Sazan Ramen. We also went shopping. We went to Daiso, and did we go anywhere else? I think I went to Walmart on the way home as well and just like shopped for some random things. So I was in the mood. Then I cleaned up and organized the downstairs area because we were kind of getting back into like the kids are going to be like in the playroom most of the time that they're home with us, and the living room can be a little bit less messy, but then everyone got sick, so everything's just back up in the air again. And then we watched Umbrella Academy, which I think I finished it this week, which is awesome. Then on Tuesday, I worked out in the morning, which I've been really terrible at working out. I haven't worked out in like 9 days, but I will get back to it. And then this day, I also took one of the HomePods from the playroom and put it in my room so that I could listen to music really loud. So I just jammed out and listened to music all day while I worked, which was really fun. So I put that in. Now I feel like someone's mowing lawn somewhere. It's not ours, but it's somebody else. But I think that's the lawnmower. Then I just put in that I was super productive this day, and I was just chilling with the family when everyone came home, and we watched Umbrella Academy at night. On Wednesday, I worked out again, and I also went to work. I'm not sure I went to work on Monday and Wednesday, but I'm sure there was a good reason. I had velvet taco for lunch. I think Nick came with me if we got velvet taco. And then I FaceTime with Kane. And then my in-laws came over and we had this cabbage soup. Basically, Maggie sent me this recipe. Maggie of Crust Press sent me a recipe of this. She knows I love soups. And she's like, this one's a really good one. And it was this cabbage soup. It had like sausage and carrots and onions and leeks. And it was so tasty. I actually could have probably eaten it without the sausage. Whenever I did bowls for myself, I just didn't do much at all sausage. But everyone really liked it. The boys mostly just ate sausage, and then I made the macaroni and cheese on the side. But I told my in-laws that I was making it, and they wanted to come over because they love cabbage quite a bit. And we ate that. It was super yummy, and the leftovers were even better. Me and Maggie are like food twins, and it's just like, it was so good. Saved that for sure. And I made mine in the crock pot, whereas I think that her recipe that she sent, like it's from online, it's not hers, but like the one that she sent me was in like a Dutch oven. But I made mine in the crock pot and I think it turned out really, really good. Then this night I ended up sleeping with Theo in the movie room because he was just like not having it to go to sleep. I think he was just like already not feeling well. So he actually didn't go to daycare then for like a week and a half, which is wild. But it's like, what, like, have you ever seen the memes that are like, daycare takes all my money and then like in turn gives me every flu sickness ever? I'm surprised we have not gotten COVID yet. I feel like we've gotten everything else besides COVID from daycare. But yeah, so me and Theo slept in the movie room this night because he was just not having it and wanted to cuddle. Then on Thursday, I went to work with the family minus Bennett because Theo was homesick. And we went to Theo's doctor and he had a double ear infection, which is kind of what we thought he had anyways. And then we did a post office job, got in and out for lunch because we were on our way home and both of the kids were asleep because it was like around nap time. So we just figured we would get something that we could eat in the car while they slept. When we got home, I cuddled Theo. I basically cuddled Theo for like 8 days straight. Like he did not want to do anything besides lay on top of me, drool on me because he couldn't breathe out of his nose, which was literally so sad. I was doing like vapor rub on the chest. I was doing like saline spray, the aspirator, like a nose Frida. And like usually with the nose Frida, like it sounds gross, but you can like tell if like boogers are going to come out. But his, like, it just felt like blockage. Like it wasn't coming out. So he basically just laid on me for like so many days with like a light fever and just like didn't want to move, and it was just hard for me to do anything. So I feel like I got really, really behind with work, but obviously like kids come before work. But thankfully, like, I feel like I always say like I'm behind on work or whatever, but it's like I'm behind on being ahead of work. Does that make sense? So I'm always ahead, but then I get behind on being ahead. So then I'm just like just ahead, and I just get like anxious because I like to be very, very ahead. But I am ahead for these type of reasons. Like I have 3 kids, which is just an unpredictable life. And also like if I want to do anything, like take a day off to do X, Y, or Z, like I can because I'm ahead. So, I just cuddled Theo. I worked out. I was super in my feelings this day. I don't remember why exactly, but I was just sad, so I got a dipped cone from Dairy Queen. Then I watched Umbrella Academy and slept with Theo again. On Friday, I ordered a bunch of Halloween stuff. I was doing retail therapy. I ordered mostly, the bulk of what I ordered was from Pottery Barn. They had a lot of really cute pillows this year. So I wanted to get some of those. And then I went to Walmart with Theo, I think. Or maybe it was with everybody but Theo. And we just perused and got some things just to get out of the house. Cuddled Theo, and Theo was also tested for like RSV. He was tested for the flu, COVID, and something else. It was just like a double ear infection, and it was probably from like something just viral. But he was like just clogged basically at this point. So it was just really sad and very cuddly, so more cuddles with Theo. Then Bennett came home this day and his hands were really, really sore from the like soap and like washing his hands so much. So we had to like get him like a special lotion, and then I put like Neosporin all over his hands, and he was like really sad about his hands and how like they hurt, and I felt so bad for him. But he just has like a really, really sensitive skin, and I didn't even think about it, like sending him to school with like a special soap. But basically, I don't even know if it's from the soap after like a couple more weeks of like since this happened. I think it's because they just wash their hands so frequently that his hands just dried out. So basically, his teacher, his kindergarten teacher, not like the teacher from his like summer program, but since he switched to kindergarten, his teacher said that she had the same issue like in the beginning of COVID when they started washing their hands like literally like all the time. So she said that using just hand sanitizer versus washing the hands, which I thought that hand sanitizer would dry your hands out more, but she said that it works better for her hands just to do hand sanitizer all the time versus doing like so many washes a day. So she switched Bennett to doing hand sanitizer for like almost all of his hand washes, and his hands have been like basically perfect since, which is just wild to me that like it's more rough on his hands to be washing them than to use hand sanitizer. But honestly, whatever works, I don't care. And then I worked out in the Peloton again. I think we finished Umbrella Academy this night, like all the seasons that are available, and then they renewed for the 4th and final, which I'm excited it is the final, and we watched Jersey Shore. On Saturday, Bennett was sick, so I think he just finally got whatever like viral thing Theo had, which basically was just like a runny nose, a very, very light fever, and like that's basically it. I also think it could have, again, been allergies for Bennett because my allergies were acting up, and I thought personally, I was like, and I tested for COVID like every single day. I then remembered I was talking to Kirsten one of the days I went to work, and she was like, are you sure it's not allergies? And then I was thinking about it, and I remember not the last time I went to urgent care because of allergies, but the time before that, I thought I had mono, and I feel like it feels very similar with Austin allergies to like feel like you have mono. And then I was like, oh, maybe actually. So then I started taking my allergy medicine, and within like a day and a half, my throat started to like, my voice came back, and then it wasn't even like a sore throat. It was just like, I didn't have a voice basically because my throat was just like super dry. And then when I started taking allergy medicine, it all got better. So I think Bennett's also could have been allergies because he gets allergies really bad as well. And the doctors just recommended basically that we double up, which is giving them both Zyrtec and Flonase, which you could do as an adult too if your allergies are really bad, which I do whenever started taking yesterday too because I think that there's like a different allergen that's really big like over the past couple of days. And it's like, I don't even have to look, but I do just to confirm it. What is going on in my arm? But I got a tattoo and my like the second skin, which I've never used before, is like sticking to my shirt. But my throat's like starting to feel a little like raspy, and I could just tell it's allergies. So I decided to restart my allergy medicine because I am just not good at keeping up with doing it all the time, and then I would never feel any of this. So basically, anytime I feel anything, because then, so I said like the second to last time I thought I had mono. The last time I went to urgent care, that it was actually allergies. Well, it was a minute clinic for that one, but I thought I had an ear infection. That's like what it presented as, and she was like, no, it's like allergies. So just take your allergy medicine. And I was like, and literally every single time I take allergy medicine, and within like a day and a half, it's like better. So allergies, yay. And literally anytime anyone from here is like, I don't feel good, I'm like, just take your allergy medicine. Just knock that out first because like it's most likely that. Then I went to Target with Theo, and I was just super stressed this day. I got a McDonald's snack, which I didn't put in because I didn't have room. And then I cleaned up the playroom. I worked out, which I just did like a walk. And then this night I needed to catch up on work, like after Theo went to bed, because he finally slept by himself this night, I think. I worked on my laptop while Nick watched Prey. And it was funny because he was like, I didn't know what movie it was because I wasn't like paying attention when he put it on. But he was like, all right, Andrea, do you know what movie this is? And I was like, no. And he's like, okay, watch it and then tell me what it is. And then like the Predator like was there, and I was like, I still don't And he's like, it's Predator. It's a prequel. And I was like, oh, yeah, I wouldn't have got that ever, like, through the whole movie. So I did basically kind of watch it, so I put it in. Like, I got, like, the premise. I didn't, like, listen to everything, but I feel like it was kind of a really, like, single storyline movie that was not hard to, like, get what was going on without paying attention. So I watched that with him while working, and then Sunday I got up really early with Theo, and the boys went to the in-laws this day so that I could get some work done and just kind of, like, not have somebody on me literally all day long, which basically he just cuddled Grandpa all day then. So I got some work done. I worked out. We went to IKEA because I was like, I need to actually just get out of the house. Like, whenever I'm, like, super sad and stressed, I, like need to be out. Like, that's why I went to Walmart and I went to Target and I went to IKEA. Like, I just need to walk around and, like, see the light of outside of my house. And then we got Ike's and ate it in the car, which was super delish. And then we got Hop Dotty for dinner, our, like, salad bowls. And then I was super tired. And then Theo was sleeping through the night, but then Lila wasn't. So I think Lila also had, like, allergies because she never even had, like, any type of, like, low-grade fever or anything. She was never warm. She was just very, very sniffly and phlegmy. And like I said, we took her earlier in the week because she was also kind of sniffly, and they tested her for RSV because that's basically, they said, the only thing, was it? Yeah, it was earlier this week, that it could be, because I also just wanted to make sure that they didn't have ear infections, because sometimes ear infections can be, like, silent, and they could get, like, from 0 to 100 in, like, 24 hours, I feel like. So I wanted to, like, get ahead on that since Theo had a double ear infection. Actually, did I take them, or did I take them Monday? No, I took them Monday to check all of that, but yeah, because she was starting to feel, like, a little sniffly on Sunday. But yeah, this was, like, over a month ago, so I'm kind of still, like, lost. I really want to get caught up because I feel like I don't really remember what happened most of these weeks because it was so long ago and so many things have happened in between. So I think, like, the magic number for me to be behind on is 2, but right now I'm behind on almost 4 still. So I would like to be, like, 2 behind would be, like, the most ideal. But that is everything for this video. I love the way that this turned out. I think it's so pretty with the colors, and I definitely think it's a kit to have on hand in case you get sick and have, like, a full-blown sick week or, like, a sick weekend, sick a couple of days, switch out your kit, bump that kit somewhere else, put this kit in. And I just think it's, like, the perfect, like, way to denote it. And especially with my week before being very, like, just everything's a mess, and then moving into this, and then the next week we have Theo's serum-like sickness, and then the next week Theo was just kind of, like, a little bit needy, and a little bit sick because his ear infection wasn't gone then. After all of that, it was just an ear infection. It wasn't anything else, but it was just, like, his ear infection got severe the next week when you're seeing this video. The next week, they switched him to a different medicine, which he didn't get better, and then he had to get switched to shots. And then he had, like, a low-grade fever all week, and they said that we went on Friday for his last shot, and they said his ears weren't better, and they said that if he had any type of fever over 101, like 101.1, we had to take him to the children's hospital, but thankfully his fever broke Friday morning and hasn't came back since. Knocking on the wood. But, I mean, that was, like 3 weeks ago at this point, but yeah, that's bad. But it was just, like, a crazy 4 weeks, and thankfully everything's been better. But yeah, so hope you like this video. I'm sorry it's not my normal talk through. I'll get back to those. Even though, honestly, my next talk through, I feel like I was kind of a mess because I was trying to remember, like, the timeline of everything. I didn't write, like, really great notes, so. But y'all have heard the same story a bunch of times now, so you could probably fill in the blanks better than I could. But that is everything. I'll talk to y'all in my next video. Thank y'all for watching. Bye-bye.